here in 1 sec. I apologize. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. We're going to start off, though. Stockman 18K. Oh shoot, I'm not even on multi-stream. If you asked a question, I apologize. Andy, can you teach me when to sell a stock? What's up, Andy? Yeah, sorry. We're gonna get started. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, so it depends what you're talking about. So, are you talking? And Andy, I don't know. You're probably in my channel. It depends. Are you talking about hypergrowth? Kind of depends what you're talking about. For example, on my hypergrowth stocks, I don't sell. Selling a stock is very, very hard, right? So, oh shoot, I'm not even talking. Okay, sorry, I was muted up. You guys couldn't hear me. Hopefully that works. So Andy, what's up? So for your question on when to sell a stock, it depends. About my hypergrowth stocks, the answer is going to be until earnings change. So a company has to report earnings every quarter. I won't sell unless the earnings come back and they're bad. So let's say earnings come back on a stock, they end up being bad for some reason. On my hypergrowth stocks, that's when I sell. But for a stock in general, when to sell a stock, that's one of the hardest things. I can't really tell you, what's going to be a when to sell. That's a hard question. You'd have to kind of put that in perspective to me. If you guys are joining in, we're going to be going over a whole bunch of tickers. I saw that Bitcoin was ripping, so we're going to go into some charts on further detail. So if you have a ticker or anything like that. Also, I did update my growth portfolio, so if you guys want to talk about that or look at that, we will look at that as well. I know there's a lot of good setups that I just found and some stuff like that, so hopefully that will help. I did see some, I did add some new companies and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you guys do want to see a ticker and full review, we can look at that. If you guys want to look at the financials too, we can. I found a really, really good ticker, a really, really good spot to find some data as well, which will be really, really good. Looks like Okijin had some pending news on WHO organization as well, so could see some more upside on that as well. So I am excited to see what we can do. But yeah, if you guys are tuning in, welcome, welcome. If you have any questions at all, let me know. We will go over all of that. I did find some names too that I am curious on looking at this week as well. So yeah, any questions at all, let me know. We'll go over that. Hopefully that works. Almost done tweeting out, and then we'll go over some of the stuff. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Okay, perfect. Great. So if you guys do have any questions, let me know. I did end up switching my hypergrowth names a bit. So if you guys want to talk about that too, more than definite, I'm happy to look at that. Hopefully that, let's see if this volume's right. Okay, perfect. Gonna talk. We did have a couple ones pull up. So as you guys are starting to come in here, if you guys want to see specific ticker, let me know. So POW is an interesting name, and I'm going to switch this around so I can look at this better. So POW is one of those hypergrowth names that I was looking at. I will do a quick reference guide of how to find this. So yeah, POW is this really, really good hypergrowth name. We went $1 up to $10 on earnings, and we're right at our 200-day moving average. So super, super good to move. We did have some of this downside, but we are starting to curl up back above that 200-day moving average. And like I said, when I found this really, really new app for hypergrowth that I really enjoy. So we're going to go to investing.com. And we're going to put in POW. Hopefully that pulls it up. Ammo Inc. Not what I was looking for. Leave me 1 second. Because I had this really, really good. So yeah, if you guys are tuning in, you got any tickers, let me know. I am going to find this. I just, give me 1 second. And then I will read chat here in a sec. I'll pull that up. Yeah, I'll give you guys some examples. Just give me 1 sec. Like I said, we're going to do, if you have any ticker you guys want me to go over whatsoever, we will go over that. Like I said, we're just getting started up. I'm trying to find this for some reason. Don't know why this isn't pulling up for me. So it's not investing.com. I got to figure out which one that is. Then we'll be good to go. And yeah, I'll read your comment there. It's going to be pretty hard to look at, but no worries. We'll look at it. Crypto Visa card. What was that I bought? Okay. Investors Daily. Okay. So, hopefully this works. I think this was the one that I was doing. Okay, perfect. So, when we look at POW, this is one of the names I just added to my hypergrowth. So, when we take a look and look at POW, it pulls up a really, really nice spreadsheet right here. So when I look at hypergrowth in general, you know, all my stocks that, you know, have been multi-baggers this year, 300 to 500%. I look at this EPS, this EPS last quarter and this sales last quarter. So these numbers over 100% indicates a really, really big hypergrowth stock. So anything above 100. I did look at some of the metrics of this business, but seeing 300% on both of these, 360% sales last quarter is huge. So I did update some of those as well. So I could keep a watch on that. Could you give me examples of stocks you did sell? Also, you said earnings come quarterly. So do you just wait for the 3 months to sell, or do you sell between those months before the earning drop? It depends. So for my hypergrowth, it's really hard time to say sell. For most of my hypergrowth stocks, I'm holding them long term. So with my long term holds on hypergrowth, you know, I like, for example, I've been holding APPS since about $15. So I bought in around here, and earnings, these last, you know, 6 earning calls have been really, really good. So I've held that, and we went $15 up to 84. So with the hypergrowth, you know, it's more of a, you know, I look at the earnings every quarter, because for hypergrowth, it's very important to see that our year over year revenue is growing exponentially. Same thing with the sales. So for hypergrowth, if the earnings come back that they're not growing as much that quarter, then that's the time that I cut them. But yeah, selling is super hard. For example, a rule that I give myself for hypergrowth is once my stock doubles. So if I have a stock that goes $10 to $20, I cut off half of my position, and then I find a different hypergrowth. If we have a stock that goes up 100% and I take out 50%, then I'm really just playing with the house's money, right? I'm just playing with free money at that point. So that's what I do for the most part. But selling is hard. For my hypergrowth, I just check every 3 months. It depends what else you're playing. If you're playing like a day trade stock, you have to look for different indicators. But I know you're just starting, so you'll definitely have to do some research on that. It's really hard to just explain. But yeah, that's for hypergrowth at least. And you know, for a lot of your long-term stocks like Apple, Microsoft, AMD, you're going to want to hold those for a long time. You know, those are 5 to 10 year holds. So that's, you know, if you're worried about when is the top about selling, maybe you should just buy, you know, stuff like Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, some of those really, really good companies. And then you don't really have to worry about selling. Those are just, you know, super, super long-term stocks to hold, in my opinion. Okay. If you guys are tuning in, you got any tickers you want me to look at, let me know. We can go into tickers super, super in depth. I have time today. There's not a lot of people. So if you guys want to see stop losses, anything like that, let me know so we can take a look at that. If you do want to look at, you know, a specific ticker, we can also look at financials too if you are curious. So just let me know what tickers you want me to go. Yeah, that's a very hard, you know, and that's just a very hard thing to go for. Yo, what's up, Ari? Marina got approval for boosters. Fuck the people behind that company, but I'll trade it. LOL. Yeah, so again, it's paired with, you know, that we got that news. I was talking about that. I bought regardless. I bought Moderna. So when we look again, stocks usually follow our patterns right here. And this is our trend line right here. We bounced off this 1-2 time, so I figured right here would be a good chance. Our 200 moving average is right here too. So we started to curl up right at this trend line. So I bought in right here around $300. So I did play that stock for a little bit of profit. It is nice that we are starting to see some of that. What's up, Mike? Don't do too much crypto, but I don't mind taking a look. A lot of the fundamentals trade. I know Doge has been kind of lagging the whole crypto market right now, so I was curious to see. We're just going to do market cap. We'll take a look. All right, very interesting. Very interesting chart right here. So just based off on the 2 hour, we have a potential move, but I want to go back to the 1 week to see. Wow, the 1 week really, really looks good. I want to go to the 1 day to show you guys what I see right here. So this looks like the 1 day, we'll put that right there on our resistance line. And then we have a really, really, really nice support line coming through. So with Doge, I'm looking at the big picture here. We have a really, really nice bull flag that's been setting up that we're looking to coil. We can see that we're setting up in here. We're starting to coil. Our RSI is getting higher, which is good. I'm going to go to the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart, again, this really looks like we could have a huge move up potentially. It's just not going to be ready yet, in my opinion. So these are one of these plays that, this looks really, really like a strong chart. Like we're getting really, really close here to breaking out. Doge over, I don't want the market cap. We're going to want for about 30 cents, we could see a huge move. It does look decent, but I still think we need some more time for the chart to develop indefinitely. That's what I would say about that. Yeah, looks set up, something like Shiba. Shiba token has already been moving, but Doge, I don't think it's going to break out quite yet, but it really is looking pretty good. When we look at Shiba, Shiba did look good. Shiba still looks decent. Shiba we did break out today as well. I was watching this. Shiba potentially could go really, really high right here. So let's take a look. We have pretty soon. Really, really nice one with RS. We're looking really, really good. We could have a solid breakout coming here. We did have a solid breakout. Sure, man. What's up, Jay Boyle? I just need to move this up. ExpressHa, hidden gem or piece of shit? Okay. Good question. I can do a little bit of analysis on it. So I'm gonna go to the chart first. The chart looks like a piece of crap, right? We had this big spike. I remember all the day traders were on it right here. And now no support all the way back down to 15 cents. So for me, I'm not looking too bullish on it. Let's take a look at revenue and growth overall. This is something I tell people a lot. Sometimes the stock, the pattern or the graph can look like, a piece of trash. But when we look at the fundamentals of the company, hey, maybe they're getting some more revenue, stuff like that. But for the most part, the graph's going to correlate, respond to what's happening, earnings and stuff like that. On the other hand, ExpressSpa might have a really, really big catalyst or some like new cutting edge product that they're working on that, for my 5 minutes of looking at this ticker, I'm not going to really have a good idea of what is happening. So we can go to revenue. So it looks like we had a big spa. Annually, 2017, we were doing really, really good. Every year, our revenue is decreasing. And actually, 2019 to 2010, we got cut by about 90%. I do see we have a big revenue jump here, but it's not even close to the older years. So it kind of looks like a piece of crap right now as I am looking at it. We're going to go on investors.com and take another look as well. So our EPS changed last quarter. Our last quarter was really, really good, but these are really, really good numbers. So when we're talking about our SIL percent last quarter, 6,400 is a lot, but for the most part, we've just been downtrending. So we had a good quarter. Maybe if next quarter is good, we could see some upside, but until then, I just don't. I think it's kind of a POS. I don't think it's a hidden gem. Is a good spot to buy. If we're talking about day trading stuff like that, it's a little bit different. But like I said, I updated my hypergrowth, and I know we talked to Andy about hypergrowth. So hypergrowth, any to buy. It's kind of a hard question as well. This takes a lot of I don't know, very hard question. Yeah, ExpressBot. If you do want to talk about some hidden gems, I do have some hidden gems that I did find on Discord, so I have that out right now. When I talk about my hypergrowth portfolio is up about 200% this year. But we'll talk about a couple names. So POW, when I look at my hypergrowth, we want to see really that I found. So we go down to POW, yes, and 100% sales last quarter. We had almost 360% last quarter. Even our 3-year growth rate is huge. We have a very small market cap, so I could go into more depth of that, but POW is one of those hidden gems that I'm really looking to get into this week. Also, I've talked about APPS, but since the 15s, I think POW is going to be one of the next kind of big moves like this. I've been on APPS since 15, but did get a couple of those I found, so I am excited about that. Let me turn that off for a sec. Video capture device, is that it? Hopefully. All right, bye. If you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, POW. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to have happen. Seriously. Sorry. But yeah, there is a couple of hidden names. So if you are interested, I have that Discord link there that I usually post my hypergrowth stocks into and stuff like that. So really like it. Opendoor. Especially we IPO'd at this $10 range. We've had this huge pullback, but Opendoor Technology. Does anyone know why Fastly is trending? It seems like it's trending. Fastly is one of those names that I was looking. Is there anyone else's? Let me see. Does anyone know why Fastly is Fastly? Hopefully that fixes it. If not, let me know. We'll switch some things around, but hopefully that fixes it. Thanks for all the subs coming in. We're just gonna do a quick because I gotta put on tests and crap like that. But yeah, I know some of you guys are in the Discord, so I will be sending out all of that information. We did update the for everyone. We did update the hypergrowth portfolio that I'm excited to bring out as well. I looked at your profile on StockTwits. Man, I know ExpressBot's been, I remember there was that Twitter world where it was trending all over. I know, but I am going to do this. Since it's not working,